Okay, so we're gonna really try to unpack this whole AI thing today,
Yeah.
and specifically how we make sure that these systems are actually working with good information. Like,
Mm.
how do we even know
Mm.
that they're reliable? And I think that kind of leads us into this idea of data preparation for AI,
Hmm.
which sounds maybe a little dry, but
Yeah.
is actually incredibly important and
Yeah,
kind of fascinating when you really start to think about it.
absolutely.
So, we're going to be diving into that world today,
Right.
guided by the insights of Ira Warren Whiteside,
Okay.
who calls himself an information Sherpa,
I like that.
which I just love that title.
Yeah.
And he left some really detailed notes about entity resolution
Heck,
and
yeah.
data field categorization.
Right. So it sounds like he's leading an expedition into the heart of AI and,
Yeah.
and showing us, where the quality of the data really determines the success of the whole
Yeah.
journey.
Exactly. And he kind of lays out these 11 crucial steps
Okay.
for prepping data
Mhm.
for AI.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them, when you just look at them on the page, they sound pretty technical.
Right.
But don't worry.
Yeah.
We're here to make sure that you really grasp like the essentials,
Absolutely.
even if, you're not a programmer.
We'll definitely demystify all that jargon
Yeah.
and highlight the real world impact
Yes,
of what each of these steps mean.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of set the scene for everyone,
Yeah.
imagine that you're building a fraud detection system for like a bank,
Okay.
right? Like you want to be able to train an AI to spot suspicious transactions,
Mm,
right? But first you have to give it, tons of data
yeah.
about past transactions and customer profiles and spending patterns and all of that. And so that's where this data preparation comes in.
Exactly. It's like training a detective. You
Mhm.
need to give them all the clues and evidence organized in a way that
Yeah.
they can understand it.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ira's first step that he mentions is broadly profiling data columns.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
So broadly profiling data columns is really just about getting a bird's eye view of your data.
Okay.
Understanding like what kind of information you're working with. Like, is
Mhm.
this customer names, transaction amounts, dates, locations, and so on.
Got it.
It's kind of like taking inventory of all the pieces of a puzzle
Yeah.
before you start assembling it.
Okay, so you're getting to lay the land.
Yeah.
So what's next?
So step 2 is where you start really organizing the chaos.
Okay.
It's all about classifying these data columns
Mm.
based on their meaning and their purpose.
Okay.
Is this column representing a date? Is it a location, a person's name?
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
really need to tell the AI what each piece of this information is supposed to signify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're basically like labeling the data.
Yeah, exactly.
So that the AI knows.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like sorting your laundry
Great
before you throw it in
service.
the washing machine, right?
There you go.
You don't want to mix your whites and colors.
Right. You don't want to mix.
Same with data.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then step 3 gets even more specific.
Oh,
This is where you start identifying the columns that directly relate to the entities you're interested in.
okay.
So if you remember our fraud detection example,
Yes.
in this case, our entities would be customers
Okay.
and transactions.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we're like zooming in
Yeah.
on the data that's most important
Yeah.
for this particular AI detective to be working on.
Right.
Okay.
And that brings us to step 4, which is where things get a bit fuzzy,
Okay.
literally.
Literally. Okay.
Ira mentions the term fuzz here,
Mm-hmm.
and this refers to fuzzy matching.
Fuzzy matching.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the deal with that?
So fuzzy matching is a technique for finding data points that are similar
Okay.
but not identical. Okay.
So imagine you have two customer records,
Mm-hmm.
but they have slightly different spellings of the same name.
Okay.
Like you have John Smith,
Right.
and then you have John Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Fuzzy matching would help us connect the dots there
Okay.
and realize that, oh, these are probably the same person.
So it's kind of like when a website suggests possible corrections for your typos.
Exactly.
That's really clever.
Yeah.
So how does fuzzy matching kind of fit into the whole data preparation process then?
So it's essential for cleaning up messy data
Okay.
and for ensuring that our AI has a unified view of the entities that we're studying.
Right.
Because as we know, AI is only as good as the data we feed it.
Right. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So now steps 6, 7, and 8 all kind of seem to involve AI in some way.
Yes.
So are we talking about AI being used to prepare data for other AI applications?
You got it.
Okay.
It's like using one AI tool to sharpen another AI tool.
Right.
Whoa, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so in step 6, we're using LLMs,
Right.
which stands for large language models.
Mm-hmm.
And these are incredibly powerful language processors.
Okay.
Think of them like supercharged dictionaries that can actually understand the nuances of human language.
Wow.
And we use these LLMs to analyze the data and extract even more meaning from it.
So the LLMs are like language experts
Yes.
that are helping the AI understand the context of that.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Okay.
Then in step 7, we create embeddings.
Okay.
And these are essentially mathematical representations of the data
Mm-hmm.
that capture relationships and similarities between different data points.
Okay.
So imagine plotting all your data points on a map.
Okay.
Embeddings help us see which points are clustered together
Right.
based on their shared characteristics.
Okay. So we're like mapping the data in a way that the AI can understand it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then finally, in step 8, we use similarity algorithms to actually group similar data points together based on those embeddings.
Got it.
It's like sorting your socks after they come out of the dryer.
Right.
You want to find all the matching pairs.
You wanted to make sure you got all your socks.
Right, exactly.
Okay. So these embeddings and similarity algorithms are all about helping the AI
Yes.
kind of see those connections
Yes.
between the data points, which ultimately leads to, better predictions and better analysis.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
So now that we've seen how AI can be used to help us prepare data,
Mm-hmm.
let's move on to steps 9 and 10,
Okay.
which really emphasize context and data quality reports.
Okay, so why are those steps so crucial?
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Even with all the AI tools in the world,
Mm-hmm.
you still need a human detective
Right.
to
Right.
kind of double check the evidence and make sure that it's accurate and reliable.
Right. So we're making sure we're not feeding the AI false leads.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
So step 9 is all about analyzing the context in which the data was collected.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any biases or limitations in that data collection process?
Right.
Could those factors potentially skew the AI's understanding?
Right.
So we need to be critical of the data's origins.
It's like checking the source of a news story.
Exactly.
Share it, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then in step 10, we generate data quality reports
Mhm.
that outline any inconsistencies or
Oh.
potential issues
Right.
with the data itself.
Okay.
So we're looking for missing values,
Mhm.
outliers, or anything that might raise a red flag.
Got it. So these reports are like a quality control checklist
Exactly.
for the data.
Yeah.
Okay. And that brings us to step 11,
Right.
which is exploring the impact of using
Yes.
fuzzy matching versus these more advanced AI approaches that
Right.
we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the trade-offs there?
So fuzzy matching is often a great starting point, especially when you're dealing with large data sets.
Mm-hmm.
It's efficient.
Okay.
And it can quickly identify potential matches.
Yeah.
But when you need more precision
Right.
and nuance, those AI-powered steps that
Okay.
we talked about earlier can really shine.
It's about choosing the right tool for the job.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so looking back at all these steps, it's clear that data preparation is this multifaceted process,
Yeah.
and it's really the foundation upon which any successful AI system is built.
Exactly.
Right.
Irower and Whiteside's notes really emphasize that meticulous data preparation is the key
Mm-hmm.
to unlocking the full potential of AI.
Yeah.
It's about treating data with the same care and attention
Right.
that we would give to any other critical component of a complex system.
It's really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
I hope that you've gained a deeper appreciation for the unseen work. Yeah.
Goes into making AI tick.
It's a journey of discovery.
Right.
And understanding the data is definitely the first step.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, until next time.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.